Hello and welcome to my studio. I'm Helen Alice, and each week I show you around my studio or what I've been up to from the week before if I'm not in my studio, which is the case this week. It's been a slightly different week, slightly strange in that I've been on the move visiting family, grandchildren, absolutely fabulous, but it's meant that the amount of time I've had to do artwork has been limited, but I've still managed to get a little bit done. I am experimenting with some paint sticks that I've just bought, which the grandchildren had, and they're absolutely amazing for when I'm on the road. They're a bit like a glue stick, but with paint. What I'm using as a sort of starting point is a stained glass window, a modern stained glass window, which was in Hereford Cathedral. It's beautiful. It's been really fascinating experimenting with these paint sticks and using this as an experimentation. This isn't an actual thing, but what's really good is the versatility of it. You can blend them, you can mix them, you can use them with a brush, water, or just straight out of the stick. It'd be great. I am working out a pattern based on a dove that was, one of the doves that was in the Kirkhaugh church, which is what my next actual painting is inspired by. Here is that dove. There were several of them in the church, but this one is from the main stained glass window, right at the very top. So I've taken that and then I've used that to create this pattern of a repeat using the dove. I'm still on the road, and so I have been continuing to work through experimenting with my fabulous paint sticks, which give these gorgeous solid colour on a variety of surfaces, and then I've been sort of developing that a little bit further. Reach my studio in a couple of days' time in France. On the road getting there at the moment. I can't wait to get started on all these ideas on my canvas. I'm on the Brittany Ferries on my way over to France after being in the UK for a while, and I'm using the opportunity to have a look at the Spinnaker Tower, which is something that I'm really interested in painting in the future. The Spinnaker Tower really interests me, one because it clearly pierces through that space in between that I'm interested in, but also I've been reading up on it, and I know nothing about sailing, but in reading the Spinnaker is an actual sail that uses the wind, that kind of billows out with the wind. So I love that whole kind of concept of using natural forces to the kind of relationship between people and nature, and how that's developed over the years. I think what's really interesting about this whole series that I'm embarking on in 2024 is the fact that so far the objects that I have used or I'm looking at to pierce that space have been man-made, so they're like architectural, so whether that be a church spire or in this case the Spinnaker Tower, and they are artworks in their own right. Now I've finally arrived. I can't wait to get started on this. I began this in Cumbria, in my studio in Cumbria. I brought it all the way with me to France because I'm very excited about it. It is a painting inspired by a church in Kirkhaugh, which is quite unusual because it has this really long spire called a flèche, which means arrow, and literally pierces through the sky, through that space in between that I'm interested in. So I'm very excited to crack on with this today. I've also, whilst I've been away and not had the opportunity to actually sit down and work at painting, I've done some pattern based on a dove that I found in this church, which I intend to put within this pattern in here. Thanks ever so much for watching. As you can see, it's been a slightly strange week, but if you follow me on Instagram or YouTube, you will see next week the progress on this painting, which I am hugely excited about, and I hope that you'll follow me on that journey. Thanks again, and bye-bye.